Sex Education Season 2 was surprisingly powerful, over a handful of moments that brought some of us to tears and a very strong ending. Since Season 3 drops tomorrow, here's a high-level recap with a focus on the ending. First, let's remember what happened to our love, Maeve. Maeve and her supportive teacher, Miss Sands, effectively blackmailed Headmaster Groff so as to allow Maeve back into school. Maeve began studying an aptitude scheme for advanced students, and then Miss Sands invited Maeve onto the school's quiz team, Quiz Heads. Maeve did great, but her team kicked her off since she did not work with them as a team. But her replacement got food poisoning, so they asked Maeve to rejoin. And in the semifinals, she almost gave the wrong answer. But this time, she listened to her team, gave her teammate's answer, and it was correct, so they moved on to the finals. Right before the finals began, Maeve's new friend Isaac sent her a picture of her mother's paraphernalia. So Maeve regretfully called social services so that they could take care of Maeve's little sister. Maeve was very stressed as she competed in the finals, and then the unexpected happened. Her mother, Erin, showed up to support her, and they won. So they went home together, and social services was there. Isaac told Maeve that she did the right thing, and she did. But it was still very sad because her mother Erin is a good person, or a great person, but she's unfit to be a mother. Case in point, Elsie almost hurt herself due to Erin's neglect earlier in the episode. We will get back to Maeve in terms of the ending, but now let's remember what happened to Jackson. The climax of the show was the school play, a postmodern Romeo and Juliet musical written and directed by Lily, starring Jackson as Romeo. At the beginning of the season, Jackson broke his own hand so that he would not have to compete in swimming. And because non-athletes do not get special privileges, he was assigned a tutor so as to raise his grades. Jackson and Viv bonded, and at the party, when he needed someone the most, she was there for him. But his response was to belittle her. Nevertheless, Viv is a great person and a true friend. She was worried about his health, so she raised her concerns to his mother's, and it turns out his mother, Sophia, had concerns of her own. She had worried that Jackson wouldn't love her like a biological mom since he did not come from her. So they bonded, and she supported his choice to give up swimming and was proud of him for earning the role of Romeo. However, when it came time for his big moment, Jackson froze. And once again, his new friend Viv was there for him. She walked him through a couple lines, and then he took it home. Afterwards, Jackson apologized to her, and they walked away, holding hands. The musical was also the major climax for Adam and Eric. Adam was wrongfully kicked out of the military academy, but his father did not allow him to come back to Moordale Secondary, so instead, Adam began working at the same convenience store where Ola worked, and it just so happens that the new French kid named Rahim lived upstairs. Eric and Rahim began dating, but Eric's mother pointed out to him that Rahim might not be the guy for him, because when he's around Rahim, he changes, and when he's around Rahim, he no longer sparkles. Back at the store, Adam got into trouble, and Ola tried to take the blame for him, but they were both fired. Outside, Ola told Adam that she loved him as a friend, the first person to have ever called Adam a friend. In a wave of inspiration, Adam ran to the play, wishing and hoping to win back Eric, and he did just so. He busted into the play right before its climax and asked for Eric's hand, and Eric said yes. Meanwhile, Adam's mother Maureen asked his father Michael for a divorce, and on top of that, Maxine put Michael on administrative leave. So fingers crossed, whoever takes over the headmaster position in Season 3 will give Adam a second chance, just as Eric did. Because Adam is no longer a bully. He is no longer soulless. He is finally alive, thanks to his mother, and Adam deserves a second chance. The musical was also the major climax for both Otis and his mother Jean. Otis began the season with Ola, but she realized that they were not good together, so she left him and eventually began a relationship with Lily. Otis also blew it with Maeve, getting drunk and saying incredibly stupid and hurtful things about her. So Otis's journey in Season 2 focused mainly on his relationship with his mother Jean. Jean loves Otis, but he's pretty mean to her, and he came between her and Jakob. To make matters worse, Jean kissed her ex, Remy. So eventually, Jean confessed her mistake to Jakob and pushed him away. She tried to win him back to no avail, and that broke her. On top of that, Headmaster Groff shamed her by stealing her notes out of Otis's locker and pasting copies around the school. So she didn't want to show her face back at school, but Otis told her not to feel bullied, so she showed up to the musical as a parent. Michael Groff cut off the finale and attempted to pin the sexual nature of the musical onto Jean, but Otis came to her defense, saying that she was a great therapist because she cared about people, and she was a great mother as well. Otis then promised not to come between her and Jakob if she were to rekindle things with him, which very well may happen considering the fact that Jean is pregnant. And in terms of the ending, Lily has upgraded to size number 2, and due to the support of her girls, Amy is starting to heal from the psychological trauma that she had to deal with on back of being sexually assaulted on the bus. But most importantly, let's remember what happened to Maeve and Otis. Maeve had confessed to Otis that she cared about him, but unfortunately, Otis was a dum-dum. So he gave a drunken speech at his house party that was incredibly rude to both Maeve and Ola. Ola eventually forgave Otis and told him that it seemed as if he may be afraid that he was turning into his father. That caused him to go speak to his father. Remy told Otis that you should not push away those you love, the few people who really get you, or you may never get them back. So Otis left a voicemail while Maeve was competing in the trivia, telling her that he was sorry, that he was proud of her, and that he loved her. But in a complex twist, Isaac deleted the voicemail. So it begs the question, did Isaac do that for selfish reasons? Or did Isaac delete the voicemail in hopes of protecting Maeve? We will find out soon in Season 3, but either way, it was wrong for him to do so, because Maeve is very capable of navigating her own course. Very solid finale to a very solid season. Like many of you, I cannot wait to marathon Sex Education Season 3.